going to answer this super chat by Icebreaker. Thank you for the super chat. Saint writes, so what if you are not a high value man yet? Can you still have high standards?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, high standards are amazing. As long as you have high standards for yourself as well.
Would you disregard a bad/promiscuous past if the woman or man has grown as a person in this present moment? So
Great
that's question one, and then we're going to come back to number two.
Do you want to answer that, or do you want me to answer that?
Okay, look. If the woman was promiscuous in the past, me personally, I'm going to be suspicious of her. Because although people do change, it is very infrequent that people are able to improve themselves and sustain that change. Improving is one of the most difficult things we can do. That's why we have the Assassin and we have weekly strategy meetings so that you can improve and achieve your goals. Because it's that hard, you will need support. That's why we do that. It's that difficult. So when someone comes to me and says, hey, I'm a brand new woman. Yeah, sure. I used to eat for breakfast, but now I'm eating Wheaties for breakfast and I'm a better person. I'm not promiscuous anymore. I'm tempted to not believe her. And I always want to plant my seed in fertile grounds because obviously past performance is likely an indicator of future performance, right? So if someone's been obese their whole life, I wouldn't all of a sudden expect them to be slim and trim. Someone who's been slim and trim their whole life, I think it's highly likely that they will continue being slim and trim, having a good diet. So I say that to say, generally speaking, plant your seed in fertile soil. Go for the woman who already has the characteristics that you want. Don't try to change her or expect her to change or listen to her words about her changing. That's number one. And I think that kind of goes for men and women because we're all human beings and changing is difficult for everybody, right?
It is. But I would say something to add to that is you're not dating who that person was in the past, you're dating who they are right now. So if someone has claimed to change, there's the words, right? Then what you would want to see tangible actions that they did to prove that they changed. In other words, did she, I guess, am I addressing females or males?
You can address both.
Oh, so for a male who maybe had a rough past, but then is presenting as a high value man, then I would want to know, what did you learn from that? What did you learn from those mistakes you made? And what helped you to change? Did he invest in books? Did he invest in seminars? Did he invest in a coach or a therapist or something that like helped him learn from the bad decisions? Then I would trust the change because I would see the process and I would see the pain that caused him to want to be a better man. So I wouldn't totally write off somebody with a bad or promiscuous past or who made bad decisions in the past if I saw the fruit of the present, who I have in the present.
You need evidence on the growth.
Yes. And to your question, someone with a bad or promiscuous past, a female, how does she feel about it? Is she kind of proud or flippant about it? Like, yeah, I did that. It was, or is she like genuinely not sorry for her actions, but is she genuinely regretting some of the decisions she's made in the past? Because I think that's a good indicator too of whether they'll repeat it. If there's like genuine distaste or remorse for things that happened in the past versus flippancy about it.
I agree. They've stopped thinking in that errant way.
Right.
And in the case of women, they have a new philosophy and they've left the holosophy, right?
Yeah.
I agree. That's a very good point. And I like what you said about not throwing away people. If someone has made a sincere change, to be a hearer of what they've said and an observer of their actions, to say, okay, maybe this person is really what they say they are. Take a look, see. But take a look with a suspicious eye, God damn it. Second part of the question is, what's your take on a partner's?
Oh, right. Do you want me to answer this or do you?
First, let me just say the term partner. In the Assassin, we don't really use the term partner in as much as this term comes from the LGBTQP community. They use the term partner to remove gender from relationships. Instead of the term girlfriend or boyfriend or wife or husband, they use the term partner to make it gender neutral. So that is not of our way. So we generally do not use this language. I do just want to make that known. Now to read your question, also, what is your take on a partner's other male/female friends in a relationship?
Okay, that's a great question. I work with a lot of couples. I've dealt with people who have had affairs, that sort of thing. And I would say to be extremely careful of that. You need to have clear boundaries around yourselves. If you know there's an area that you're weak in or that your partner's weak in, then what you do to protect yourself is you just don't set yourself up in that area. You have boundaries to protect you. So if the person has other friends of another gender, So if your girlfriend has other guys who are friends, then get some commitments together about boundaries. Okay, we promise that we'll never ride in a car alone with someone of the opposite gender. We promise that we'll never go out to dinner or lunch or breakfast with someone of the opposite gender. We promise that we will leave our phones flipped up, or whatever it is that's comfortable for you and her. You want to have boundaries that are a commitment to each other, because it's very tricky with friendships when things go rocky in a relationship. Ooh. And here's this person that's a friend and they're just nice to you and they're listening to your problems. You're getting emotional intimacy there. And that's just one step away from turning into physical expression. Right. And again, this is coming from years of working with people who have had affairs, and it's a lot of times it starts as friendships. So I'd say be very careful about the friendships. Have clear, upfront, well communicated commitments to each other, things you will and won't do with the opposite gender.
What if, because I know the guys are listening to this thinking, okay, what if I go to my girl and say, hey, love, you got a couple friends, a damn football team of friends, and there's that one guy, Randy, Mr. Friendly. I don't really like that relationship. Can you cut him off? What if they're saying, like, they're naming specific people, like, cut that guy off. That guy's weird. He's going too hard. I could tell he's just hiding in the bushes, waiting to jump out and get some ass. What's your advice for guys doing that? Because I know a lot of these gentlemen are thinking, there's one guy right here I'm suspicious of.
Yeah.
So how's that go?
I think that's fair to ask of their girlfriend.
That's reasonable.
That's reasonable. And she should have the respect to honor that request.
Okay, so she should be accepting of that if she really wants you.
Yes, absolutely. Because if you have a good man and he's asking for something, is it worth losing a good man over somebody who's a friend? You can have a dozen friends, right?
Infinite number of friends, but one good man is priceless.
Exactly.
Talk to the saints. Now, what if she says, hell nah, Randy, big dick Randy, Randy is just a friend. He's just a friend. And he's going to stay, so you can take it or leave it. Then what would you recommend to the guy?
I would say there's a really high chance that relationship won't work out
in the long run.
Yeah, because as soon as your partner, as soon as your boyfriend or girlfriend knows that they don't pick you first, that's where resentment kicks in. Ooh. And your second, third, fourth, fifth, that's not going to work long term.
So your spouse has to be a priority.
Yes.
Above all others.
Yeah, if you want an amazing relationship. And that goes for her too. If she asks something from you, you pick her first.
Saints, newsflash again. If you didn't write that down, write that down. Your spouse should be a priority over all others. Now, what about family? What if your girlfriend has an annoying ass little sister? And the little sister always getting in your business, and the little sister every now and then even just hopping in your DMs, sending reckless stuff. Like, what if you got something like that? Then what? How do we navigate that?
That's a great question. I would say that not everybody might disagree. Okay, if you don't disagree with this is fine. But I would say at the end of the day, the person that you choose to be with, your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, whatever, that's your person. Like, yes, it's your family, but your family is not building life with you. Your family's not sucking your dick. Your family's not paying your bills.
Hopefully they ain't. Hopefully your family's not sucking your dick.
Your family's not giving you that, right? They're just your biological, your blood family. So like if you're saying if your girlfriend's sister right,
is all up in your damn business.
Ask for boundaries. Be like, hey, this is really bothering me. Huh?
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up.
What are some boundaries you can, like, what can we do about your sister because this is interfering with our relationship?
That's right. And I like that everything you're recommending in the context of relationships is open and honest. They're not playing games. They're not beating around the bush. They're saying, hey, look, this is what I find problematic. Would you mind taking this action? Straightforward. We're not playing games.
Right.
I like that. It's open and honest communication. M. Garvey, thank you for the super chat. Saint writes, tuition for the game. I'm working right now, but I'll catch the replay. Shout out to you, Quet, and the whole Sasson. Saint Center Nation. Appreciate it, Garvey. And that's a level of dedication. That's why we love the Saints, because it's like family. They all show up. Garvey's clearly working, but he just wanted to holler at the big homie. So we truly appreciate that. So peace to Garvey. Peace to all the Saints.